$75 million now.
$60 million.
At $98 million. Last chance, selling them.
I'd now like to introduce you to our auctioneer for this evening, Global President Jussi Buchanan.
Thank you very much. Welcome, 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 welcome to Rockefeller Center, a snowy New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to all of our collectors following on Christie's Live for what promises to be another exciting night here at Christie's. Tonight we'll be selling major works from collections including those of Hunk and Moo Anderson, Signe Newhouse, Francois and Susan de Menil, Mary Tyler Moore, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, David Hockney, which will be sold without reserve to the very highest bidder this evening. There's a few withdrawn lots which I think that Nicholas has announced. Apologies that those are not in the sale, but I can start with lot 1, which is the first of the great works from the collection of Hunk and Moo Anderson. Coming round, I hope, in a second. Here it comes. The Gaston, window of 1970. I have plenty of interest here, so I have 6, 7, 8, 9 bidders, so please get involved, ladies and gentlemen. I can start at 140, 160, 180. I have $200,000, 200,000. Look at all these hands. 220, 250. 500. You spoil the fun. 500 I have, 550, sir. 550 is here. 550, 600,000 is bid. 600,000, 650 standing at the back. Welcome, sir. 650, 700,000 is bid. At 700,000 in the third row here. At 700,000, 750 is over here. 750, one more? Yes, no? 750, gentleman's bid here. Gentleman in the cap on the left-hand side at 750, and I'm selling. Oh, Rebecca's in. 800,000 I have. 800,000 I have. At 800,000 I have and selling. 800,000 against you all. Come back in. Rebecca has it at the moment. 850, new place. Christian Albu in the corner there from London. At 850,000 to the European bidder in the corner. At 850, back to America. $900,000 is bid. 900,000 for lot 1 from the Anderson collection. $900,000 is bid and I'm selling. Could have sold in many places, but currently it's here. Here it is, 950. 950 on the aisle. New place again, 950, $1 million is bid here. 1,100,000 is bid. 1,100,000 is bid. 1-2 could take it. 1,100,000 I have. Anybody else coming in now? 1-1 is here on the aisle. 1-2 is bid. 1-250 is bid, of course. Thank you. 1-250, it's with you. 1-3 in a new place, Francis Uhtred. 1-350 is bid at $1,350,000 now. A pause. 1-350 with you, sir, and against you on the left-hand side, sir. At $1,350,000 here in the room at Rock Center. 1,450. Against both of you, still in the room. Against Loic and Francis, the gentleman here still has it. 1,500, sir, and 50 for the Gaston. 1,600 and 50. Francis, 1,700 still with Loic, and 50. Still going on. Buyer in the sale room here at Rockefeller Center, 1,800,000. 1,850,000. 1,900,000. Do you want 2 million? I'll take it. 1,950, of course. 1,950 for lot 1. Selling then at 1,950 against both of you. 2 million with Francis. 2 million. Give me 1, because I have it here. 2 million. At 2 million then, with Francis, who'll give me 1? 2-1 is here, I'm afraid. Do you want 2-2, sir? Thank you for your bids. You've come a long way. Thank you for all that bidding. But 2-1 is back to Loic now. Francis, now's a chance. 2-2 is next, not 50. 2-2 would be next. At 2,100,000 with Loic's buyer. All done. Fair warning to the left of the room here. You're definitely out, sir. And 50, I'll take it. You've bid 50 a long way. I'll take that. 2,150,000. 2,200,000 against you. Still in 3 places. 2,200,000. Still in 3 places. And 50?
2-3.
2-3, and you're definitely out. Thanks for the bidding. At 2,000,003 then, with Loic, against you, Francis, so it's with you two, on my right here. At 2,000,003 with Loic Gouzer, all done. Last chance, the gavel's up. 2-4. $2-4 to Francis Uhtred. Gentleman here is out. On the left here, out as well. 2-4, selling it. Francis. 2-5. 2,500,000 for lot one of this evening's sale. At 2,500,000, fair warning, 2-6 is bid. 2-6 is bid. $2,600,000 back to Francis Uhtred at 2,600,000. Give me a signal, Loic. And you're out. Thank you, so clear. At 2,600,000 then to Francis Uhtred's bidder. You're out, sir. Thank you for your bids as well. Francis, you have it at $2,600,000. The Gaston is yours. And your number is?
Thank you very much. 1424.
1424. Thank you. And so we move to the Salmons. Once again from the Anderson collection. And I have good interest here. I start at 500, 550. And please note that this work has been requested for inclusion in the forthcoming Salmons retrospective from 2018 to 2020, being organized by the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, the Art Gallery of Toronto, and the Met Breuer in New York. So please, given that that has been agreed for the show, it would be great if the new owner could also lend. So here we go, 550, 600, 650, 700 with me. 750, madam, thank you. 750, I'm out. 800,000 and 50. 900,000 and 50. $1 million is bid. And you're out, madam, thank you for the bids. The gentleman has it then at $1 million far left for the Salmons. At $1 million, 1,000,001 to Andy Massad. I'm sorry, sir. Andy's come in at 1,000,001. At 1,000,001, outbid by Andy Massad. Would you like 1-2, sir? New place with Gen Ogo, I'm afraid, at 1-2. It's going on at 1-2 with Gen Ogo. Against you, madam. Gen has it at 1,200,000. 1,000,002 is bid and selling. 1,000,003 and selling. $1,004,000. The Salmons at 1,400,000. The second work from the Anderson collection at 1,004,000. 1,005,000, you heard it. Thank you, Andy. 1,005,000. Again, would you like 1,600,000? 1,600,000. 1,600,000. 1,700,000. Andy goes on at 1,700,000. 1,800,000 again. 1,700,000 with Andy Massad. And against the room, anybody else coming in here then? At 1,700,000. 1,800,000. Back to Gen. Anybody else coming in? Don't be shy. At 1,800,000. You're all out here. It's Gen's then at 1,800,000. Against you, Andy. All done. At 1,800,050. $1,900,000. 2 million. 2 million with Gen's bidder. 2-1 would be next, Matt. Andy, please. I have 2 million for the Salmons. Starfield number 1 from the 1980s is at $2 million, selling to Gen Ogo. On the phone there. Andy, 2-1. All done. Here it is at 2 million. Last chance in the room. All done then. Here it is. You have it. 1463 is the number. Thank you, Gen. Thank you, Andy. Moving swiftly on, we move to the Bruce Nauman, Run from Fear, Run from Rear of 1972. Here it is up on the screen. And we start this at 2,800,000, $3 million already at $3 million, 3,000,002. Am I offered 3.5? 3.2 now at 3,200,000, 3.2. Looking for 3.5 at 3,200,000 for the Nauman. You bidding, sir? At 3,002, at 3,200,000, 3.2. Looking for 3.5. Anybody in the room now? Alex, you coming in? At 3,200,000. Not yours here. Fair warning then. Last chance at $3,200,000. Yes, no? All done then at 3,200,000. is a pass at 3-2. And so we come to the next of the Anderson works, the Dubuffet, Barque du Seigneur Mongol of 1959. The beautiful drawing, here it is, and we can start the bidding here at 400, 420, 420,000, 450,000, 480 already, at 480,000, at 500,000 is bid, at 500,000, at $500,000. You have it, at $500,000 selling here. With Laura, at $500,000. Looking to the room. Are we all done for the beautiful Dubuffet? Fair warning, at $500,000. Selling it here with Laura at 500,000. Anna Maria, would you like 520? 520 would be next if you'd like it. And you're out at $500,000 then. Alex, you're out as well. All done. 500,000 for the Dubuffet. Fair warning, here it is. Laura, 1460 at 500,000. What was the number? 5460? 1460. Could you correct that? So we move to the beautiful Calder. Magical piece. That celebrated photograph of Calder with this piece. It's been in the same collection for 60 years. Thank you to the Swiss collector for letting us have the privilege of selling this. 21 feuilles blanches. And 3,800,000 start at full to Calder. 3,800,000, 4 million, 4,200,000 already. 5, there it is. Where it is. 5 with 6 is where? Thank you, sir. 6 million is here. There's another bid at the back here. Thank you, sir. 6.5. I've got it. No, I've taken it here. Alex, I've taken 7 ahead of you. Give me 7.5, either of you. Have 7 here. Ladies bid at 7. Who will give me 7.5? Either of you. I have 7.2 here. 7.5 I've taken. 7.2 I've taken here. 7.5 I've taken here. 7.8, sir? Thank you for the bid. So I have 7.5. Would you like 7.8, sir? 7.8 I have ahead of you, I'm afraid. 8 is bid. 8 on the right now against you. Took 7.8 from you. I took 8 here, madam. 8 is the bid. 8,500,000. Give me 9. 8,500,000 on the telephone against you, sir, and madam. 8,500,000 I have. 9 million. 9,500,000. 10 million. 10,500,000. Thank you for the extra bidding coming back in there at 10,500,000 then against you on the right. $11 million to Loic at $11 million. 11,500,000. Joanna has it at 11,500,000. The beautiful Calder at 11,500,000. 12 million is bid with Loic Gouzer at $12 million. Looking to 12.5. 12.5 is bid. I have a bid at 12,500,000 against you, Loic. Give me 13. 13 is bid at 13 million. Across the room from you. At 13 million with Loic Gouzer, 13,500,000. At 13.5 for the Calder. At 13,500,000. I'll take it. We've come a long way. 13,750. $14 million, no hesitation here, Loic. You'll have to keep going. 14 against you. And 250. $14.5. Could take it, yes. 14.5. At 14,500,000 on my left. 14,500,000. For the Calder at $14,500,000. $14,750 I'll take. 14.5 is bid. Anybody else coming in now? At 14,500,000. 14,750. At 14,750,000 with Monsieur Gouzer on my right. A pause. Just holding here on my right side at 14,750,000. Would you like 15? I can't because I didn't take it here, I'm afraid. I can take 15. I can't split the bid. I did turn Loic down and everybody saw it. Sorry. Yes, 15, thank you. Let's go in the same increments. Let's keep to 250s, please. Keeps things fair. At 15 million. 15,250? Yes, 15,250? 15,250, I'll take. Okay, if we go in hundreds, we're going hundreds here. Yeah, you want to go in hundreds? At this stage, we're going in ones. Okay, 15,1. 15,2 would be next. We'll go in 100s. Keep it fair, same increments. 15,1, 15,2. 15,3. Don't let it go. At 15,300,000. Yes, one more. 15,3 against you. Here it is with Loic at 15,300,000 for the Calder and selling at 15,300,000, 15,400,000. 15,400,000 is bid then at 15,400,000. You know what's next. 15,500,000. Won't take anything different. At 15,400,000 is here and selling against you, Loic. The ladies bid 15,500,000. A great thing. But currently it's with Loic's buyer, I'm afraid, at 15,500,000 for the iconic Calder, selling here at 15,500,000. 15,600,000. 15,600,000 would have to 15,700,000. $15,700,000 for the white Calder. Selling to Loic's bidder. All done. Last chance at 15,800,000. It would have to be 15,800. 15,700 I have. We're going in hundreds. $15,700 then. With Loic's buyer still. You going to let it go? Or 15,800? I'll pause. At 15,700. You sure? You sure you're out? Thank you so much for your bidding. Here it is then with Loic. I've not sold it yet. Last chance. Here it is at 15,700. Fair warning. And it's a definite no. Loic, you have it 15,700. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful, wonderful object. Well done. 1486 is the magic number. Congratulations to your buyer and thank you for the underbidding. So we move to the beautiful bacon from the signed Newhouse collection. The banner behind me here, but even more beautiful here on the stand. The 1969 superb study of Henrietta Moraes. And where shall we open this? 12,500,000 at 12,500,000. 13 million is here at 13 million. At 13 million for the bacon. At 13 million. 13,500. Thank you, sir. 14 I have. 14,500 I have. 15 I have. 15,500 I have. 16 I have. 16,500. Thank you, sir. You have it at the moment. The beautiful bacon at 16,500,000. Anybody else coming in now? At 16,500,000 against you both on my right. Sorry? 17. One more, sir. Give me 5. 17 is here. Would any 17,500. Thank you. Give me 18, please. 17,500. 18,500. No. 18 then is here with Loic. Thank you for your bids. For the bacon at 18 million. I'll take it now, 250. 18,250,000. 18,500,000. 750, sir. One more. Yes. One more. 18,750,000. So, Loic, you're out at the moment. The gentleman has it in the sale room at 18,750,000 for the bacon, and selling here, up front, all done, at $18,750,000. 19. Thank you for the bids. 19 million then, at 19 million for the bacon, at $19 million. Looking to the room still. We're not done yet, at 19 million. Anybody else like to come in for the beautiful bacon? At $19 million. At 19, Loic has it then. 19 million. Sir, would you like 250? Definitely not. I won't look at you again, don't worry, relax. At 19 million. At 19 million. All done then, here it is with Loic at $19 million. We all done? Sold at 19. Thank you very much, Loic. And your number is? 1419. Well done, and thank you, sir. Sam Francis, the great 6-foot blue monochrome by Francis, saturated blue, number 1. Looking extraordinary here, but better in life. Purchased in 1954 by the Swiss collector whose family are selling this today. The year that this was executed, wonderful thing, and we start this at 1,800,000, 2 million, 2 million 2, 2 million 5. Was that 2-2? 2-5, I have to go past you, I'm afraid, Barrett. 2-5. 2-7 I have. Gentlemen in the sale room, not yours. 2,700,000 at 2,000,007 on the aisle and selling against the phones at 2,000,007. You coming in? 2,700,000. Would you give me 3 million? No, you sure you're out? At 2,000,007 there, here it is on the aisle, the Francis at $2,700,000. Anybody else coming in now? Last chance. Rare thing, and selling here at 2,000,007. You have it, sir. Well done. 514 is your number. 2,700,000. So the gentleman on the aisle, and we move to the Stella, the grey scramble of 1968. Purchased in 1973, and I can start this at 3 million. At 3 million, 3,200,000. 3 million 2 at 3 million 2 at 3,200,000. 3 million 2, 3 million 5 at 3 million 5. At 3 million 5, 3,800,000, 4 million. Is that right? 4 million. At 4 million. Not yours then here on the right. 4 million, Bayer has it. At 4 million. At $4 million. For the sellers, and I'm selling, fair warning to the room, at 4 million. The 1968 works at $4 million. Are you coming in? At 4 million. Are you all out? Last chance. Selling then to Bayer's buyer at $4 million. All done? Anna Maria? Yes, no? There's a hang on there. I shall hang on. Yes, no, Alex? Okay. And Anna Maria, you're definitely out because I'm selling at $4 million. Give me a signal. You out? No? At $4 million then, Bayer has it at 4 million. No, I'll take 4.2, but I won't take any less. And you're out. Here it is then. I'm selling at 4 million. Anna Maria? Thank you. 1497 at 4 million. So, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the David Hockney painting of 1972. And there it is. Showing on my left, on your right, portrait of an artist, pool with 2 figures. To remind you all that this masterpiece is sold without reserve. And everybody wants to know where I'm going to start it, right? Where should we open this? 18 million, 19 million? Who'll offer me 20? Thank you. I have it in the room at 20. 22. 24. 26. 28. 30. 2. 5. 38. 40. 42. 45. 48. With Loic at 48 million. 50 million. Who'll give me 55? Gentleman's bid on the telephone, centre of the room, just next to you there, sir. Would you like 55? 55. 60. Sorry, Loic, I can't take 57 because I have 60. 65 is next, please. That's $60 million. 65 back to Loic. Please jump in, sir, otherwise I'll lose you. If you'd like to come in now, 65 is here with Loic. 70 mark. 65 I have, 70 is bid. At $70 million for the superb Hockney hanging here. At $70 million. 70 million with Mark's bidder. At $70 million and selling. At $70 million with Mark at the moment. At $70 million. 70 is Mark's bid. At 70 million, looking to the left of the room here. At 70 million. With Mark Porter at 70 million. 70 million. Anybody else coming in now on the phones? At 70 million. With Mark Porter still. At 70 million. 70 million. Yes. 71 million. With Catherine's bidder at 71 million. Selling now at 71, 72. Was that Mark or was that Alex? Mark. Thank you, Mark. 72 million with Mark Porter's bidder. Would you like 73, Catherine? 72 million. The Hockney. On my right, 73 million is bid. 73 million is bid. 74 million is bid. 74 million on my right, not here, on my right, at $74 million for the Hockney, is here. Anybody else like to jump in? 74 million. Looking to the room, at 74 million. Sir, would you like to come back in? You're out. Both of you are out. Thank you for your bids. 74 million. With Mark still then, at $74 million. Pausing. It's with you. With Mark at 74 million. Would you give me 75? $74,500,000. $75 million. Like 75.5, Catherine, I'll go on. Anybody else like to come in? At 75 million. Loic, you coming in? Alex? At 75 million on my right, and selling to Mark's bidder. Fair warning, Catherine, it's against you at 75 million. 75,500,000, you heard it. 76 million. $76 million. Still holding with Mark Porter's bidder on my right. Our chairman here in New York at $76 million. Not yours, Catherine. Would you like 500? 76 million is here. 76,500,000. With Catherine Arnold now at 76,500,000. 77 million, back to Mark's bidder. £77 million with Mark's bidder. Rebecca, you're coming in? No? And Isabel? All done then at 77 million. Just checking at 77 and Zin. Fair warning then at 77 million with Mark's bidder. At 77, Loic, are you in? At $77 million. $77. On my right. Would you like 500? Yes, no? $77 million. On my right, with Mark Porter. Here it is, holding here. But give me a signal. Selling here at 77,500,000. 78 million. $78 million, still with Mark. For the beautiful Hockney of 72, hanging just behind you. There it is, at 78 million. A pause. 78 million is the bid. On my right with Mark still. 78,500,000. $79 million. Try 80. Might break the deadlock. 79 is with Mark. Try 80, Catherine. That's 79 million, still back to Mark. That's 79 million. Would you like to come in, sir? At $79 million. Try 80. $79 million. On my right. Selling here. Mark, try 80. Thank you, Mark. 80 million is bid at 80 million for the Hockney now, at $80 million. Here it is, with Mark, we got there, at 80 million. One more. At 80 million, back to Mark Porter. You said no many times. At 80 million on my right, with Mark, and selling to Mark Porter, the chairman of New York. Here he is, on my right. Mark has it then. Perhaps. The 1972 Hockney. Portrait of an artist, pulled with two figures. Selling here, on my right. You're out then, Catherine. Please give me a signal. I have Mark here. On my right at $80 million, ladies and gentlemen. Selling here at Christie's. The Hockney is sold. Well done. 1576. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And we move on to the Richard Prince. When I Was 15 of 1989, and we start this at 1,500,000, 1,006,000, 1,007,000, 1,008,000 already. At 1,002 million is bid. At $2 million, 2,200,000, 22, 24, 26. 26 I have. 28, 3 million. 31, 32. Give me 3, sir. Would you give me 3, sir? I've taken it for somewhere else, I'm afraid. Hesitation. 3-3 I have. Be careful. Is that 3-4? 3-4 is bid. Gentlemen, you're out, sir. 3-4 is then at the back of the room. 3-5. Thank you. At 3,500,000. One more, sir. Thank you for your bids. At 3-5 then on the right-hand aisle. And there was some activity here which I didn't see earlier. 3,000,005. Anybody coming in on the left there? At 3,000,005. Are you all done? Gentleman's bid on the aisle at 3,000,005. The Prince is selling. Fair warning. You have it. 889. Thank you and welcome. And so we go to lot number 11, the Albert Erlen, the large canvas, and we start this at 1,000,002, 1,000,003, 1,400,000. Peter, you coming in at 1,000,004. Give me 1,500. Peter has it at 1,500. Catherine, 1,006,000. Welcome. 1,600,000. 1,007,000 with Joe. 1,800,000. 1,900,000. 2 million. 2,002,000. 2,002,000 is here in the fourth row at 2,200,000. 2,002,000 for the large Erlen. 2,002,000 is here. Anybody else now? At 2,002,000 for the Erlen. 2,002,000 is bid and selling. On my left at 2,002,000. You're out, madam? Yes, here it is then. You have it, 2,002,000. And your number is? Okay. 883. Your magic number for tonight is 883. Good luck later on. And Christopher Wool. Run, dog, run. Lot number 12. We can start this at $11 million, 11,005,000, 12 million with Alley, 12 million with Alley, looking for 12.5 at $12 million for the wool, at $12 million, at 12 million, 12.5 now. 13 million is yours, Alley, at 13 million. One more, sir?
250 to the order.
Yep, I'll do that. 13,250 to the order bid with Alex. Not in the book, but with Alex at 13,250,000. Anybody else coming in then? At 13,250,000. Fair warning, selling here. Ale, are you out? Alex, you have it. Sorry? With the paddle? Sorry, with the gavel. I didn't see it. If you're bidding, you're bidding. 13,250. Are you in? 13,250. You're not. Okay. You have to give me a shout. 13,250 was the bid. At 13,250. Yes? Are you in or out? You're definitely out. 13,250 is the bid. To Alex, my painting. I love it. 13,250. And the number is? 1568. Thank you so much. Lot number 13 is Nick. Withdrawn?
Yes, sir.
And so we move to lot number 14. The next work from the collection of Hunk and Moo Anderson, which is hanging in the atrium this evening as you came in. The beautiful Sprungbrett mit Schatten of 1978, and we start this at 4,500,000, 4,008,000, at 4,800,000, at 4,008,000, 5 million with Barrett, at 5 million with Barrett, 5,002,000, 5,005,000 I have ahead of you, 5,500,000 with Barrett, 5,800,000 would be next. 5,008,000, thank you. At 5,800,000, 6 million is bid. 6,200,000 is bid. 6,200,000. You're out, Barrett, thank you. At 6,200,000 then. Back to Alex at 6,200,000. On my right. Are all the phones out? At 6,200,000. Anybody else then on the telephones or in the room for the beautiful Hockney at 6,200,000. Pausing. Edmond, you coming in? At 6,200,000. Last chance at 6,200,000. You have it at 6,200,000. 1477. And lot number 15 is the Sam Gilliam, Lady Day 2, showing here, of 1971. And once again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 telephones, so please jump in the room. 1,001,000, 1,002,000, 1,003,000, at 1,003,000. 1,350,000, 1,004,000. Who'll give me 1,500,000? 1,400,000 then. At 1,400,000, 1,500,000 with Alice. At 1,500,000, would you like 1,600,000? 1,600,000. Alice, 1,700,000 would be next, please. 1,700,000. 1,700,000 with Alice de Rock at 1,700,000 for the Gilliam. And 50. 1,750,000. 1,800,000. And you're out. 1,000,008 then. Back to Alice. Anybody else coming in now? At 1,000,008 for the Gilliam. At 1,800,000. All done. At 1,000,008. Alice, you have it. 1,582. 1,800,000. And so we go to Joseph Cornell. This is the first of the works from the collection of Francois and Susan de Menil. Thank you to them for allowing us to work with these wonderful things. The Cornell object of 1940, this one. And I have $650, $700, $750,000 already. $750,000, $800,000 I have. $850 I have, $900 I have. 900 is the ladies' bid, far right. Would you like 950? 950 is here with Alex. Madam? 950 pausing here at 950,000. Would you give me 1 million? Yes, thank you. $1 million is bid. Lady far right at $1 million. 1 would be next, please. You have it at the moment at $1 million. Anybody else coming in for the first of the Cornells? At $1 million. The lady has it then in the sale room far right at 1,100,000 just in time. I'm sorry, 1,000,001 then to Sarah. So Sarah Friedlander here on my right. Would you like 1, 2? 1,000,001 then. With you, Sarah. Anybody else now? The first of the Cornells at 1,100,000 from the Menil Group. It's yours at 1,000,001. What's your number, Sarah? 1432. Thank you so much. So Cornell, this time the wonderful Medici slot machine of 1942. And I start this at 3,200,000. 3,200,000. Joanna has it at 3,000,005. 3,000,005 now. At 3,000,005. Would you like this one, madam? 3,000,005. At 3,500,000, 3,800,000. 4 million now. Would you like 4.2? 4 million I have here at $4 million. And against you here at 4 million with Joanna. 4,000,002. Thank you, Loic, at 4,000,002. Joanna, you out now? Thank you for your bid. So 4,000,002 and you're out, madam? Not this one then. 4.2. Here with Loic. Anybody else at 4,200,000 for the Cornell box? Last chance. He has it at 4.2. 1489. Thank you very much, Loic. Lot number 18 is the superb Rothko Rust Blacks on Plum of 1962, showing here on the screen, purchased some 40 years ago by the Menils, and we start the bidding here at 24 million, at $24 million, $24 million, $26 million now. 28 million, there it is with Barrett at $28 million, at $28 million now, looking for 30, at $28 million, at $28 million for the Rothko, at 28, 30 million, 32 million now. Yes, no, 32 I have here, and selling to Barrett's buyer at $32 million. 32 for the Rothko, I'm selling at $32 million. Who'd like 34? At 32 million. On my left, and selling with Barrett White. You coming in? What would you like to do? 34? You sure? 32 then is still here with Barrett's buyer at $32 million. Christiane, are you coming in? Sure? 32 then, still with Barrett. And against you here on my right, anybody in the sale room now? The Rothko selling at $32 million. Yes, no? Francis? Not yours then. Here it is at 32. You have it. 1450 is the number. So we move to lot 19, the next of the Cornells, this time the early collages, the set of 1934 to 35. And $280,000 starts it. 280. Am I offered 300? 300, madam, at $300,000. The lady centre at 300,000 and 20. 350. 350 is here, madam. 380 is your bid. 400,000. 420. 450. 480. 500. And you're out. Thank you for the bids. 500 is still here then. 550. 600 and 50, 700 is here. I'm holding here at 700, madam. 750, 800,000, no hesitation. 800,000. A pause. Would you like 850? 850,000. I have it. You see who you're competing with. 900,000. 900,000. Still with the lady in the centre of the room. Are you out, madam? 900 is here then. For the collages, selling in the centre, the Cornells, 950 just in time. 1 million, no hesitation again. $1 million is offered. At $1 million, centre of the room here at 1 million. Would you like 1-1, madam? Don't let them go. The 30s collages at $1 million. Selling at the moment, centre here, not yours, at $1 million. Yes. 1,000,001, 1,000,002. 1,2 I'm holding here. 1,3 could take them. Here it is at 1,200,000. Are you definitely out? 1,000,002. Here it is, and not yours at the very back there, madam. Thank you for your bids. 1, 2 I have here. Last chance. All done. Sold here. 919. 1,200,000. And so we move to the star game by Cornell. The beautiful box with the sand, the blue sand, the shell, the marbles, and so forth. And 280, 300, 320. I have 350. My bid, the commission bid, at $350,000 and selling to me at the moment at $350,000. At 350. At $350,000 to the absentee. Would you like to come in, madam? 350 is mine. And against you both, and the lady at the very back there, the Cornell, at $350,000. Fair warning, at 350. Is the absentee bid at paddle 1002, 350,000 for the last of the Cornells. So we move to the beautiful black Calder from Hunkamoo Anderson's collection. Black mobile of 1949, which is very gently spinning there above the audience on your right-hand side. Purchased by the Andersons in 1971. Suddenly come to life. Look at that. Spinning around. Perfect. And we start the bidding here at 3,800,000 for the Calder. 3,800,000. Say again? 4.5. Why not? 4,500,000 jumps in. $5 million is bid. $5 million. 5,000,005. 5,000,005 I have. At 5,000,005. 6 million new place. 6.5. 6,500,000 for the Calder of 1949 at 6,000,005. Sir? 7 million. Would you like 200? Sure? 7 million then. Bought by the Andersons in 1971. The 49 piece, selling here then. 7,200,000 I can take. 7,000,001 I'll take. 7,000,002, sir? Thank you, sir. 7,000,002. Gentlemen? 7,000,003. Fine thing. There it is. At 7,300,000. You have it at the moment. At 7,000,003. New place at 7,000,004. Thank you for your bids. At 7,000,004. New place, front row. 7,400,000. Would you like 7.5, gentlemen? 7.5. One more, sir. 7,000,005. Against you in the front row. Gentlemen here, centre right. At 7,000,005. All the activity on this in the sale room. Good to see. One more, sir? Yes, 7.6. 7,600,000. The three of you here in the sale room competing. And 7.6 is the selling price at the moment. At 7,600,000. Are you out, sir? Holding for you. At 7,600,000 in the front row and against you here. All done. 7.7. One more? at 7,700,000. Far right, still in the same place, at 7,700,000. Last chance, sir. All done. One more. 7,800,000. 7,800,000 for the 1949 Calder. Against you in the front row, I'm afraid, at $7,800,000. Are you out, sir? 7,900,000. 8 million. $8 million then. Back to the front. Gentleman here for the 1949 piece. All done. You have it, sir. 886 at $8 million. Congratulations. And so we go to Soulage, the masterpiece by Soulage of 59, sent for sale here in New York by a French collector. Thank you to them. And we start the bidding here at 7,500,000, 8 million, and 8 million. Looking for 8.5 at 8 million. 8,000,005, there it is. The hand goes up at 8,000,005. Am I offered 9 for the Soulage? At 8,000,005. Not yours. You sure? 8,500,000 at 8,500,000. Against you up front here. At 8,500,000. 9 million now. 9,000,005. Up goes the hand. At 9,500,000. 10 could take it. Yes, no? At 9,500,000 then for the Soulage. At 9,500,000. Fair warning, selling then. You have it, Pierre-Emmanuel, at 9,500,000. Loic, you coming in? 9,500,000 on my left and selling. 1451 is the number. 9,500,000. 1491. Thank you. And so we come to the Alberto Burri. The wonderful Bianco Plastica, M1 of 1962, great early date, and we start the bidding here at 3 million, 3,200,000, at 3,200,000, at 3,200,000, at 3,200,000, at 3,200,000. Yes, sir? You coming in? 3,200,000 against you up front here at 3,200,000, at 3,200,000. Not yours then at 3,200,000, 3,400,000 now. One more at 3,400,000, at 3,400,000, 3,600,000 now. 3,600,000. Would you like 3,800,000? At 3,600,000. Looking for 3,800,000 at 3,600,000 for the Burri. Are we all done? Fair warning at 3,600,000. Not yours here. Is a pass at 3,600,000. And so we go to the Discography 2 of 1983 by Basquiat. Purchased from Bruno Bischofberger soon after it was painted, and we start this at 17 million, 17,500,000. At 17,500,000, 18 million is here. At 18 million with Alex. At 18 million, 18 million. At 18 million for the Basquiat. 18,500,000 now. At 18,500,000, 18,500,000. One more. Yes, 19 is yours. At 19 million with Alex. At $19 million. The Basquiat selling on my right now at $19 million. Am I offered 19.5? At $19 million. Selling on my right then at 19 million. You have it, 19, and your number is? 1452. 1452. I was about to say, you don't sound at all like Alex. Cecily Brown, thank you, Louise. Lot 25. The Bedlam Vacation of 2005. And lots of interest here once again. 1,100,000, 1,200,000. Who's offering me 1.3? 1,200,000 at 1,200,000 at 1,200,000 at 1,200,000, 1,300,000. Thank you, Vivian. 1,300,000. Vivian has it at 1,300,000 at 1,300,000, 1,400,000. $1,400,000 is a gentleman's bid. At 1,400,000. And 50. 1,500,000. One more, 50. I have 1,500,000. Gentleman at the back of the room and selling. And 5. 6, and 5, 7. 1,700,000. Still with the gentleman in the room here, at the very back, at 1,700,000. Against the phones, you have it, sir, at 1,700,000. For the Cecily Brown, selling here, fair warning to the phones. Alex, you coming back in? At 1,700,000. You have it, 773 at 1,700,000. And the Colescott of 1987 Cultural Exchange. Great piece showing here on the screen. Again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bidders here. So do jump in the audience, please, at 180, 200, 220. Who's at 240? There it goes. At 240,000, 260, 280, 300. Against you both. 300,000 is here. 320, new place. 350, 380, 400, 450. 500, new place. Sir, not again. I'm sorry. We'll get something for you. 500,000. I'm gunning for you. 550. It's never too late. 550. Not yet sold. Come back in. 550. 600. It's going on now. 600,000. At 650,000. Where's that? Hi, Peter. 700,000 with Peter. Peter van der Graaf there? 750 I have. Peter, are you out? On the wrong foot? Were you on the wrong foot? 750. Loic has it then at 750,000. At 750,000. 750 with Loic and selling here on my right at 750,000. Anybody else in the room now? At 750, all done. Last chance then. Selling to Loic's bidder at 750,000. Maria, are you sure? All of the phones, you're definitely out. Do give me a signal if you want to jump in. Michael, 750, hanging with Loic and selling, all done at 750,000. It's yours, I think. All done. Loic has it. 1494. Well done. Thank you to the underbidders. Lot 27 was withdrawn, as Nicholas mentioned earlier. And now we sell the Helen Frankenthaler here to benefit Art for Access at Bennington College. Once again, please be generous. The college will be very grateful for the bids, and we start the bidding here at 2 million, 2,200,000, 2 million 4, 2 million 4, 2 million 6 now, at 2,600,000, 2 million 6 holding here at 2.6, at 2,600,000. Who'll give me 2.8 for the Frankenthaler? At 2,600,000. Catherine, you coming in? At 2,600,000, 2 million 6, looking for 2.8. At 2,600,000. Anybody in the room now? At 2,600,000. At 2,600,000 for the Frankenthaler. At 2,600,000. Who'd like to come in here? Barrett. Sure. All done. At 2,600,000. It's a pass at 2.6, I'm afraid. So we go to the Georgia O'Keeffe from the Sky and Cloud series, Sky with Moon. Showing here, 1966 work, and I'll start this at 2,200,000, 2,200,000, 2,400,000, 2,600,000 with Alex at 2,600,000, at 2,600,000, 2,800,000, 3 million with Alex at 3 million on my right then, at 3 million for the O'Keeffe at $3 million. 3 million is bid, and I'm selling. The O'Keeffe at 3 million. Anybody else jumping in at $3 million? You out here on the left. Alex has it then at $3 million. Alex, you have it. Do you have a number, Louise? You'll tell me later? Yeah, I said okay. You okay with that? 1563 is the number. Thank you, Louise. Can't trust him with numbers. Lot number 30. Once again, from the collection of the Andersons, the Martin Puryear, the sculpture, Sharp and Flat of 1987, acquired a year later. Here it is. And we start the bidding at 160, 170, 180, 200,000. At 200,000 to 220 is with Alexis. At 220,000 and selling. 240, 260, 280. 300, 320. 320 is on my right here. 320,000. 340. 360. 380. 400,000. Andy, Barrett, Alexi. I didn't miss you, you just didn't bid quickly enough. 420, 450. Come back in. At 450,000, still the ladies' bid here at the centre. At 450 against Mr. Massad. At 450, are we all done, Alexi? 480, 500. Give me 520, I'll take it. At 500,000 to the room. At 500,000. At 500, ladies bid here at 500,000. I take 520. Andy, 520 is bid. 550 is bid. 550, still holding here in the room at 550,000. 550 is the bid, and I'm selling it against all of you there. You have it, madam. 550, paddle 919. And so we move to lot 31, which is the wonderful Diebenkorn from the collection of Mary Tyler Moore, the largest format from the series Ocean Parks. And where do we start this? 15 million 500,000 at 16 million already. At $16 million, at 16 million 5. There it is. Margot has it at 16 million 500,000. 16 million 5 for the Diebenkorn. 16 million 5, looking for 17. Here it is at 17. 17 million 5. 17 million 5. Who'll give me 18? Yes, no? 18 I have. Margot, I have 18 on my right with Loic. I'll take 18.5. 18 million I have with Loic's bidder. At 18 million. Zin, are you coming in? Zin, would you like it? 18 I have then. With Loic. Against you both, ladies. And you're out, Margot. Thank you. At 18 million then, looking to the room for the great Diebenkorn. Not yours, sir. At 18 million. 18-1. I'm very happy if you're doing it to each other. It's just, 18-1. Ah, look at that, 18-5. Clash of the Titans, Loic versus Alex. 18-5 with Loic. Watch this, 18-6 I'm getting now. 18-5. 18-6. Will you give me 19, Loic? $18,600,000 with Alex's bidder for the beautiful Diebenkorn at 18,600,000. 18,800,000. It should be 19 now, Alex. Give me 19. Let's go in 200s at 18,800,000. Yep, 18,800,000 with you. 19 should be next at 18,800,000 with Loic. Zin, would you like to come in? You've been very patient there. I can sense that you might want to jump in. Now's your chance at 18,800,000 with Loic against Alex and against you, Zin, at 18,800,000. Anybody else now at 18,800,000? Maria, would you like to come in? And Margot, you're out. 19. There it is. 19 million. 92 would be next, please, Loic. Let's go 200s. You need some time? I'll give you some time. At 19 million. Caroline, are you still in the Woods room? 19 million too.
Yes, sir, we're here.
19 million too. 19,200,000. 19,200,000 against you, Caroline. At 19,200,000. 19,300,000. For the Ocean Park. At 19,300,000. 93. Holding here. Whoa, 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 I know. Come on, 19.4. We're going in hundreds. Come on. 19,300,000. 19,300,000. We're going hundreds at 19,300,000. 19.4. Yes, no. At 19,300,000. A little bit of time. At 19,300,000. Anybody else want to jump in on the Diebenkorn? It's not sold yet. 19.4. 19,400,000 with Loic. Zin, would you like to come in? 19.5 could take it. Take the two gentlemen out. At 19.4 with Loic and selling at 19,400,000. At 19.4, fair warning, selling to Loic's buyer, all done, last chance, 19.5. 19,500,000 at 19,500,000 with Alex, 19.5. 19.6 could take it. 19.6 is bid. 19.6 is bid. 19.7 could take it. 19.6 I have at 19,600,000. 19,600,000 and selling. Here it is at 19,600,000. 19.7. Margot, you're not going to surprise me and jump in, are you? 19,700,000. It's a great Diebenkorn. Your chance. Still not sold. 19.7 with Alex. 19.8 with Loic. At 19,800,000 for the Diebenkorn. 19,800,000. Who'd like to give me 20? Margot, would you like 20? Why not? Jump in. At 19,800,000. 19,800,000. I'll take 20 if you'd like it. And 19,800,000. Loic has it. And you're definitely out. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for your bidding. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is with Loic Guza at 19,800,000. Sold at 19,800,000. And so we go to the Morris Lewis. Paddle number its way. A bit of shuffling of the pack there. Which number are you going with? 1417 or 1470, 1470. And so we move to the Morris Lewis. The Para 4, here it is. Striking painting, and we start at 2 million, 2 million 2, 2 million 5, 2 million 7 I have. Selling to the commission bidder at 2,700,000. 2,000,007 for the Lewis. Who wants to jump in here? I have the bid, and I will execute it on behalf of the absentee at 2,000,007. You coming in, sir? Not this one. At 2,700,000. Anybody else coming in now for the Lewis? At 2,700,000. Scanning the room. Are we all done? At 2,700,000. Here it is then. Paddle 1001 at 2,700,000 for the Lewis. Thank you very much. And lot 33 is the David Smith. Again from the Anderson collection, and I can open this at 6 million, 6 million 5, 7 million, 7 million 5. At 7 million 5, 8 million. At 8 million then. Eric has it at 8 million and selling at $8 million on my left. The Smiths at $8 million. Anybody else coming in now? At $8 million. All done. Last chance for the Smiths. Selling on my left at $8 million. You have it. 1586 at 8 million. The Joe Mitchell, please note that this painting has been requested for the Mitchell retrospective, which will go to Baltimore, San Francisco, and the Guggenheim here in New York between 2020 and 21. This is the Russian Easter of 1967, the very painterly work here by Joe Mitchell. And we start the bidding at 6 million, 6 million, 6,500,000, 7 million, at $7 million already, at 7 million, at 7 million. Who will give me 7.5 at $7 million? At $7 million against the room here at 7 million, 7,000,005. That's Isabel. Thank you, Isabel. At 7,000,005 and selling at 7,500,000 for the Mitchell. At 7,000,005 for the Russian Easter. Currently with Isabel at 7,000,005. Anybody else jumping in now? At 7,500,000. Zin, would you like 8? 7,000,005 is here. And selling at 7,500,000. Against you here, sir. You want to come in? 7,500,000. Not yours, Jason. Here it is at 7,500,000. You're all done. Last chance in. I'm selling it here at 7,500,000. Have to hurry. Isabel, you have it. 7,500,000. 1426. Thank you so much. Lot 35. The next to Diebenkorns, this time the interior of 1960. Good thing, and we start the bidding here at 2,800,000, 3 million at $3 million already, 3,200,000, 3,200,000 at 3,200,000. Alex, not yours, at 3,200,000, 3,400,000 now, at 3,400,000, at 3,400,000, not yours, at 3,400,000, at 3,400,000, 3,600,000. Do you want this, Barrett? 3,600,000 then, at 3,600,000, not yours here, at 3,600,000, and against you, Eleanor. All done? Last chance at 3,600,000 is a pass at 3.6. So we move to the de Kooning, which is withdrawn, I beg your pardon. So we go to the cause. As many as 8 or 9 telephones here. Chum, and we start the bidding here at 220, 240, 260, 280. At 280,000, 300,000, 320, 350, 380, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 650. Gentlemen's bid 650, 650, 700. Welcome. 750, 800, and 50. 850 up front. Thank you for the signal. 900 with Rebecca. You sure? Give me one more, sir. 950 new place. 1 million new place. You sure you're out? 1 million then with Rebecca Way at 1 million. At $1 million for the cause. Thank you for your bidding, sir. Are you still in or you're out? 1 million then is with Rebecca Way. And she has it at the moment at $1 million for the cause. 1,100,000 with Tambo. Thank you. 1,200,000. 1,200,000 with Adrian. AJ has it at 1,200,000. AJ, you have it here. 1,300,000. AJ, would you like 1,400,000? 1,400,000 is bid. 1,400,000 against you both. 1,500,000 is bid. At 1,500,000, looking for 1,600,000. AJ, 1,600,000 is your bid. At 1,600,000. 1,600,000 on my right, against you both. At 1,600,000, and against the room here. Jump in if you'd like it. I'm selling it at 1,600,000. 1,700,000. Still with Tambo, I'm afraid. AJ, 1,800,000. No hesitation on my right at 1,800,000 for the cause. At 1,800,000, looking for 1,900,000 from either of you. Sir? No? 1,800,000 is behind me here then, at 1,800,000. One more? From either of you. I'm selling it here. The gavel's up. 1,800,000, 1,900,000. 1,900,000 is bid. At 1,900,000 and selling. $2 million is bid. At $2 million is bid. 2.2 will be next. Either of you. Rebecca, are you coming back in? 2 million I have here. Holding here on my right. $2 million. Have to sell it. Not yours. Here it is at $2 million. Last chance. Give me a signal. Tambo is out. Give me a signal. I'm selling it here. 2 million. All done. Sold at 2 million. And the number is? 1444. Loud and clear. Thank you so much. And so we go to the George Condo, Washington Square Park. Once again, lots of interest here. The condo market being so strong. And I can start the bidding here at 1,800,000, 2 million. At 2 million. Catherine, are you coming in? At 2 million, 2,200,000. At 2,200,000. Who'll give me 2.4? 2.4. At 2,400,000. 2,600,000. 2,800,000. 2,800,000 I have. On my right here, Anna Maria has it at 2,800,000. Anybody else jumping in? 3 million. There's Sarah at $3 million. 3 million is bid. At $3 million. With Sarah at 3 million. Anybody else now? 3.2. Who's that? Oh, Edmond. There it is at 3,200,000. 3,000,002 is bid. 3,000,005 is bid. At 3,000,005 is the bid. At 3,500,000. 3,000,008 might take it. 3,000,005 I have. Here it is at 3,000,005. Against you both. 3,000,005, 3,000,008 I have. At 3,800,000. 4 million is bid. I have it here at 4 million. Give me 4-2, either of you. At 4 million on my right. At 4 million for Washington Square Park by condo at 4 million here at Christie's and selling at $4 million. At 4 million, all done. Last chance in the room at 4 million is here. The condo at $4 million. You're out, and you're both out. Here it is. Sarah has it then. Anna Maria, you're out. Fair warning, selling here. Last chance. 4 million. 1461, Sarah. Well done. Lot number 39 is the Murakami Tantan-Bo. Huge 3-part canvas here. Wonderful work, bought just after it was completed by the current owner. And I start the bidding through at 3,200,000, 3,005,000, 3,800,000 already, 3,800,000. At 3,008,000, 4 million. 4,002,000 I can take. I'm selling then to Edmond at 4,200,000. 4,002,000 for Tantan-Bo at 4,200,000. Any more then for the Murakami? 4,002,000. Looking to the room. All done. Here it is at 4,002,000. You have it. 1467 is the number. Perfect. And so we go to the Christopher Wall, the second of these this evening. And please note there's a certain updated provenance which is available to the buyer. And we can start the bidding here at 2,200,000, 2,400,000, 2,600,000 already. At 2,600,000, looking for 2.8. At 2,600,000 against you here. At 2,600,000 for the Christopher Wall. At 2,600,000. 2,600,000. Not yours here, sir. Would you like 2.8? At 2,600,000. 2,600,000. 2.6. Fair warning then. Alexis, do you want to pop in? At 2,600,000. At 2,600,000. Would you like one more? Yes, no? At 2,600,000. 2,600,000. The Wall at 2,600,000. Alex, would you like to jump in? 2,600,000. Fair warning then. Last chance. Alexis, are you out? You're out then at 2,600,000. Is a pass at 2.6. We go to the Richard Prince, the second of these, but this time the Island Nurse of 2002. And we can open the bidding here at 4.2. At 4,200,000. 4,500,000. Sarah. Sarah, you have it at the moment at 4,500,000, 4,008,000, 5 million. At $5 million to Sarah. On the right there, at $5 million. Anybody else coming in for the Prince? At $5 million, selling on my right. At $5 million. Alexis, would you like this? 5 million for the Nurse. On my right, selling here at $5 million. 1455. And so we go to the Doig, the Silver Pond painting of 2001. And 3,200,000. 3,200,000 for the Doig. 3,400,000 for the Doig. 3,600,000 now for the Doig. At 3,600,000. 3,800,000 already. At 3,800,000. 3,800,000. At 3,800,000. At 3,800,000 for the Silver Doig. At 3,800,000. 3,800,000. Andy, would you want to come in? 3,800,000. All done. Fair warning at 3.8. Is a pass at 3,800,000. 43 is the Andy Warhol, the do-it-yourself violin of 62. Coming round here. Here it is, the large drawing of 1962. The do-it-yourself violin at $4 million to open it. 4 million, 4,200,000, 4,400,000 now. At 4,400,000, 4,600,000. At 4,600,000. Looking for 4.8 at 4,600,000. At 4,600,000, 4,800,000. At 4,800,000 and selling Not yours. Here it is. Gentleman's bid at 4,800,000 for the 62 Warhol. At 4,800,000. Anybody else now selling on my left here at 4,800,000? You have it. 4,800,000. Your number, sir, is? Well done. 939. Nice thing. And so we move to the Wesselman. Again, a 62 work. Showing on the screen, I think. In a second, I hope. Showing behind me here on the right, the Wesselman Great American Nude, number 34. And we start this at 2,200,000, please. 2,400,000, 2,400,000, 2,600,000. Emily, it's yours at 2,600,000, 2,800,000 now. 2,900,000 I'll take. Oh, here it is at 2,900,000. Not yours up front here, sir. At 2,900,000. Would you like 3 million? No? Are you sure? At 2,900,000. At 2,900,000. Selling then, the Wesselman. At 2,900,000, the Great American Nude. Any more now? At 2,900,000. Here it is. You have it, 2,900,000. Well done, Emily. 1,456. So we go to lot 45, which is the Willem de Kooning figure in landscape from a great date, and we start this at 2,800,000, 2,800,000, 3 million, at $3 million, at $3 million now, 3,200,000, at 3,200,000, 3,200,000, at 3,200,000. Am I offered 3,400,000? At 3,200,000. Looking to the room for the de Kooning. At 3,200,000, 3,200,000. Would you like 3,400,000? 3,200,000. We all done? At $3,200,000. Fair warning, last chance at 3,200,000. It's a pass at 3,200,000. So we move to the Tuna Fish Disaster of 63 by Warhol. Important series. Showing on the screen in a second. The Disaster of 1963, and we can start the bidding here at 2,800,000, $3 million. At 3,200,000 to Sarah's bidder. At 3,200,000, 3,500,000 now. At 3,500,000, sorry. 3,700,000 I can take. 3,800,000 I can take. At 3,800,000 with Alex, and selling against you, Sarah. 3,800,000. Would you like 4? 3,800,000 I have. 4 could take it. Yes, no? 3,800,000 then is with Alex. At 3,800,000, 4 million is bid. 4,200,000 could take it. Alex, I have 4. 4,200,000. 4,300,000. 4,400,000. 6. 8. I'm in. 4,800,000. 4,800,000 to my bidder on the left here. Gentleman not wearing the cap. At 4,800,000. At 4,800,000 then. All done. Selling on the left here. Anybody else for the tuna fish? Fair warning then for the Warhol. At 4,800,000. Alex, you sure you're out? 4,900,000. 5. You have it. $5 million, 939. Thank you very much. What was the number? 939. Thank you so much. Thank you, chaps. Lot number 47, the Roy Lichtenstein. 2 red and yellow apples. This again from Hunk and Moo Anderson of 1981. And 500 to open it. 550. I have 600. 600 is the absentee bid. 650, 700 I have. Where's that? 750, 800, and 50, 900. 1 million, 1,000,001, 1,000,002, 1,200,000, 1,200,000. Against you, Sian, thank you for your bid. At 1,200,000, 1,300,000, thank you. 1,300,000 I have, 1,350,000. 1,400,000. You sure, sir? Give me 50. You sure? 1,400,000 is here, then I could take 50 if you'd like it. 1,000,004. I'll split again for you. At 1,000,004, hanging here on the right with Anna Maria. Gentlemen, would you like to think about it? You definitely out. Thank you. At 1,000,004 then, back to Anna Maria Kellis. Anybody else for the Liechtenstein? All done at 1,000,004. You have it, 1,000,004. 1593. Thank you, Anna Maria. Roy Liechtenstein, the next of these, the little landscape of 79. Coming round, here it is. And where do we start this? 2,000,002, 2,000,004, 2,000,006, at 2,600 already, 2,800 already, at 2,000,008, at 2,800,000, looking for 3, at 2,800,000. Would you like this one, sir? At 3 million I have, with Anna Maria now. Buying it at 3 million at the moment. Anna Maria has it at $3 million. Anybody else coming in for the Liechtenstein? All done. Here it is. Sold at 3 million. Same as before, 1593. And so we move to lot 49, the Andy Warhol Jackie of 1964. And we can open this at 650. At 650, 700,000, Laura, is yours. At 700,000 for the Jackie of 64. At 700,000. At 700,000. At 700,000 now. 750, you heard it. 800,000. 800,000 is bid. Back to Laura. Against you there, Barrett. And 50. You have it now. Shake of the head from Laura. And a bit of a grimace. Not much of one. She's going to get on the phone. At 850 then with Barrett. Again, would you like to come in? You sure? At $850,000. 850,000. Eric, would you like it? 900. Who's that? Andy Massad. 900,000 with Andy. 925. Sounds like time on the clock. At 925. At 925,000. 950 is bid. At 950 with Mr. Massad. At 950, 975 for the 64 piece. At 975,000 now. 975. At 975. Laura, you online? $1 million with Andy Massad at 1 million for the Jackie by Warhol. At $1 million. 1,050,000. They're holding their own auction over there, gentlemen. At 1,050,000. And 75. 1,075,000. Laura, would you like to jump in? You sure? Thank you. At 1,075,000 then with Andy. All done then for the Jackie at $1,075,000. Andy? You have it. 1,075,000. 1599. That didn't sound like Andy. Is that the right number? Thank you so much. And Wayne Thiebaud. And today, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is Wayne Thiebaud's birthday. He celebrates 98 years of age today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. A fine age indeed. And we start happy birthday of 62 at 1,300,000, 1,400,000, at 1,400,000, 1,500,000, 1,600,000, 1,700,000. The Thiebaud selling at 1,700,000. Who'd like to come in? 1.8 will be next. At 1,700,000. 1,700,000. All done. Last chance. Selling then the Thiebaud at $1,700,000. All done. Last chance. Fair warning. Selling here then. Andy, it looks like you have it at 1.7. 1,458. Thank you so much. And we come to the last piece of tonight's sale, the 1984 Birth of Venus after Botticelli by Andy Warhol. And it's showing up on the screen in a second. There it goes. Powerful piece from this good series. And we start at 1,800,000, 2 million, 2 million, 2. At 2,400,000, back to Catherine. At 2,400,000 and selling. Is that a bid, sir? You almost bought a Warhol there at 2,400,000. At 2,600,000, sorry? 2.5 again, or 2.6? 2.6 with Gen at 2,600,000. Thank you. 2,600,000. At 2,600,000, Catherine, are you out? At 2,600,000 with Gen's buyer. At 2,600,000. At 2,600,000. 2,800,000 is bid. Are we out on the right here? Alex and Loic. Zin. All done. at 2,800,000. 3 million. Again. There it is. At 3 million. 3.2. At 3,200,000. 3,500,000. Thank you again. 3,500,000 with Genogo at 3,500,000. 3,500,000, Andy. Selling then to 3,800,000. 4 million. No hesitation from Gen. He has it at the moment at 4 million. And are you out here on the right? At 4 million, holding here with Gen's bidder. Last chance at $4 million. I'm selling it. All done. Gen has it at 4 million. Let him have it at 4 million. Selling here at $4 million. 1441 at 4 million. Thank you so much. What minutes to sell tomorrow then? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your dinner and welcome back for our sales tomorrow.